matter who you are, your dreams for your future is really why we're here in school.
Schools should be able to give the students the hope that if I persevere and I dedicate myself, then I can be what I want to be.
And we have that somewhat, but you know, if we add that more, it's just going to help students more.
You hear about kids like cutting class, but like they never cut classes that they love.
When you're enjoying it, you might not even realize you're learning.
It can really make a student
Want to be in school.
What does the school want to achieve? That's the question.
Students are individuals, and they're not all going to be cookie cutter, and I think the voice of the students need to be recognized.
My motivation to learn is to get to that dream job. That job that I want to wake up every morning and say, yeah, I'm going to work. It's all about the end game. It's where you want to be in 20, 30 years. The world's changed. I mean, look at the last decade. The world has changed a lot. Learning hasn't changed. That's the problem. I think the school needs to advance sort of into the future a little bit. I think the future is now. If we don't grasp that, then students are going to miss out on important opportunities to learn.
We have technology in our school, so we work with that almost every day. So it makes the school seem more modern.
Your number again.
It really connects you to the world, and it's up to date. It's not like a book where if you look at the date it was published, it was 1999.
Me and Megan actually were working on a project, and she was absent. So I actually FaceTimed her so you can get the project done in time. I've actually seen in one of my classes where students raise their hands through the FaceTime and are answering the questions, are participating with their groups.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, you weren't.
And then when the student comes back from being sick, they're already caught up and they're not behind. So it just makes it easier.
We got together in a room and we brainstormed and we kind of figured out personally what would be the best case scenario for us in school. I think a bit more open curriculum would help greatly, more personality-driven classes.
It really has to come from yourself. I think that the school tries to motivate us, and even though teachers definitely put a lot of effort into it, I think that ultimately motivation comes from yourself, and that's why education is so personal.
Letting the students kind of build their own identity is really important, and I think that's where personal learning in general is really powerful because it's a personal struggle, but it's one that's worth fighting for.
Teachers, all they can see is that, okay, this student isn't handing in their homework, but what they don't realize is why that student doesn't want to do their homework. But students, we can see our friends are not interested in a certain subject, and this is why they don't want to learn. If you use a kid's passions to learn, then they'll be interested, they'll want to complete the assignment. If you make kids just get so absorbed into what they're learning, they won't even realize that they're learning. They'll just think that they're having fun playing a game, and then at the end of the day they'll realize, wow, that actually was interesting and I actually did learn something. And like people say, you learn something new every day. And though you may not realize it, you actually do learn new things every day.
The truth is that in the real world, it's not really lectures, it's more everyone's working together and collaborating on certain projects.
I honestly feel like I'm most productive doing projects.
I think a lot of students would say that group work is a really easy way to learn because not only are you trying to figure things out yourself, you also have all these other people to bounce ideas off of, but then at the same time you still have the teacher there to help reinforce certain things.
You're more likely to draw on a project that you spent time working on and learning from it than taking from a PowerPoint that a teacher was giving you.
Everyone could benefit from getting an early start or an early jump on a career of their choosing. Like when I took film class here, they just kind of put us out there with a camera and they're like, just make a film. That was almost what made me get up in the morning to be happy to come to school, is classes like that. I think another reason that it makes it easy for me to come to school is I've had probably the greatest teachers in this school. You'll never find a teacher that's tired to work or that's too tired to teach you something. The best kinds of teachers are the ones who are excited about teaching rather than just teaching a syllabus. All these kids are gonna get jobs and get careers, and they're gonna try and be something. But if we don't get the chance to take what we want to take or learn about what we want to learn about, then it's just going to be a lot harder for us to find careers. Kids are the future, so the more opportunities you give a kid, the more prepared they'll be for the future.
And being prepared for that future is really what drives me to come here every day and learn.
So schools should be able to make the environment a place where kids should be interested in learning and want to have the knowledge that they can use to achieve their dreams.
The key is to incorporate learning with what students enjoy and having fun with it.
Learning something new, but also doing what you love and making it fun.
They should have a curriculum that is more targeted towards students so that they can learn at their own pace and learn at their own way.
A good way to look at it is sort of like parenting. You can't really parent kids the same way. You can't really teach kids the same way. Some kids learn better by, reading the textbook or by watching a video. So that's why individualized learning is a little bit better.
Working with something that we know very well is much more engaging because we know how to do it, and it's something that we can also interact with.
And you're also diving into something. You're discovering stuff for yourself. You're investigating. You're doing experiments with these projects, and you're finding it on your own. You're not just getting it from the teacher.
If I want to come to school, if I want to learn, then I need to make it the best that I can so that I can be who I want to be.